Hello and welcome in. This is a predictive tarot reading for the month of November 2025. In this reading, I will be looking at all areas of your life. All cards were previously shuffled and pulled, and I've got a nice glance into all that's going down this month for us energetically. Also events that might come up, so any guidance, any advice, any predictions here, okay, just take what makes sense to you, what speaks to you. Alright, and to begin, we have the main energy of this month, which is the Sun. Alright, so the Sun card here will be sort of like the motif, the theme of this month for you. Right, the Sun card mainly speaks about enlightenment, success, attention, being seen, maybe in your career or relationships, triumph. So maybe a project that you've been working on will suddenly start to take over, or just, the goals and things that we try to achieve throughout the year. And sometimes, we're getting to the middle of the year and then the end of the year, and we're waiting and we're trying, and sometimes we just abandon some goals. But in this month, you will finally have success and clarity, which is very important. So yeah, this will kind of be a theme for all the other areas. So no matter what card we pull, they will be seen through a mostly positive light. Alright, I will tell you more about it as I soak into this energy right here. So I've decided to pull for your love life, your career, and your unconscious and manifestations. Alright, so first I'll begin with a card from your unconscious this month. Right, so what will be happening in your repressed mind? Alright, let's take a look here. And we have the Six of Swords. Okay, so I chose the deck of swords for the unconscious, the cups for love, of course, pentacles for career, and wands for your manifestations, and the major arcana for the theme and motive of this month of November. And of course, if you want to take in other symbols that might be relevant to you, might connect to you, we have, of course, fire, the sign of Leo. If you're talking mythology, Greek mythology, you could say Apollo, the god of light. So you don't necessarily need to be a Leo or a fire sign either way, but it's sort of energy, spotlight energy that we will be seeing throughout this month. Here, of course, we have the element of air. I'm getting Aquarius, alright, and this is what will be transpiring in your subconscious and unconscious, probably what already is happening and was sort of starting to take effect during October, September. So here on the Six of Swords, we see a passage. Alright, so crossing to the other side, not in a life and death way, but making a transition, a shift in many areas of your life. This can be a psychological shift, so going from a period of mental unease, mental anguish to calmer waters, or perhaps also in your relationships or your health too. Alright, so here with this air Aquarian energy, we have lots of innovation. Okay, so if we put this beside the Sun card, okay, you might be having a lot of good ideas for your personal projects, hobbies, things that will energize you and nurture you, right? Like the sun, and that might help you move forward in your career, in your love life, or in general, right? If you felt you were stuck before, you will be moving on. Stuck to emotions, patterns, bad habits, all of that will be going away, but also, sorry, just remembering that this is supposed to, represent your unconscious. So if you're thinking about the unconscious mind and the things that we repress or choose not to process, or things that just lay subliminal themes of our thoughts and emotions, right? Perhaps you are processing and moving on from past themes and emotions, right, in your subconscious and psyche in general. And I really like this one because here we have what will be manifesting for you in November. So here we have the Nine of Wands. All right, the Nine of Wands. So of course the energy of fire. So yeah, Aries, Leo again, Sagittarius. This is very Sagittarian right here. Okay, so you have the Nine of Wands, this little guy here, being quite busy, and that's the energy that I see for you. So what will be manifesting in your external reality as you face these clarity moments and ideas and transitions and internal shifts will be the outside shifting as well. So if you are planning for things at the beginning of the year, like we spoke of, goals, or just literally manifesting something with the law of assumption or law of attraction, or just praying for something to happen, you might see a lot of those things coming on in November. And here we have the sense of kind of wariness. This just reminds me of when you're cleaning the house, you're swiping the floors, or you're using the Hoover vacuum, and you just stop for a second and you're just trying to rest. All right, so maybe you'll be quite busy in many areas of your life. Personally, I've been getting the message to myself that a lot of my own manifestations will be coming in all at once, and I'm getting this energy here, like lots of events surrounding you, good, positive events, like we spoke of. Also, if they don't seem positive, or they did not seem positive to an older version of you, now you will be able to make this shift in your perspective, and that will show up in your outer reality. Alright, so lots of good things manifesting, and we'll take a look at how that will be taking shape in your love life, in your career, okay? I've got these two main cards here, but later on we will dig a little deeper into these things. But I think this is already quite indicative of how you might be progressing in your love life, in your career, having brand new ideas, processing emotions, perhaps arguments, fights, and yeah, this is one thing that I need to tell you about. There's a lot of energy here, Sagittarius, Aquarius, Leo, and a lot of doing. Okay, perhaps you will be doing a lot, but I'm not getting it will be exactly like the bad kind of busy. I'm getting like the nice, tiring sensation when you finish a workout, or when you finish cleaning your home, or when you finish playing with your dog or your kids, and you just have this soreness in your muscle, but sense of fulfillment. You know, I think this is what I'm seeing for you, hopefully for me. And also, this means that you might need to rest a little bit, okay? You might have a lot going on in your mind, lots of new ideas. Please note them all down. Take your time also to develop all of these things. Do not hurry yourself. Do not make the process harder than it needs to be. As you can see, you're already making the transitions and changes that you need to be doing. That you need to be doing. So don't be afraid to step down a little bit and just take care of yourself a little. But here, on the matter of your heart and love and your emotions, we have, okay, this is interesting. This was not supposed to be here. I'm sorry. Yes, this was not supposed to be here. Okay, yes. But this card is very much connected to your love energy. So the original card I pulled was the Ten of Cups, okay, for your emotions. But then we have, the Six of Cups here. The second six, right? We pulled 9, 6, 19, 10, and 6 again. But anyway, I will get into this one later, which also relates to your relationships. But maybe this is a sign. Maybe this is a sign that a new... okay, so we're talking about transitions. We're talking about innovation and movement. Perhaps you will be having a brand new encounter with someone from your past or your recent past, right? Not so distant past. But we'll get into it later. So for your emotions, I actually have 1212 on the counter of the video. That's interesting. Right? 12. That sums up to 6, which is the card of the Lovers. Just saying that. Anyway, here we have the Ten of Cups. I'm shaking. Why am I shaking? I was not shaking before recording this. Okay, this hand of mine is more steady. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, okay, so we have the Ten of Cups, alright, which is the utmost best version of love and emotions and connection that you could possibly have. This is emotional fulfillment. This is union. This is completion. This is stability, emotional stability, right? Like in a family, like in a secure bond that feels like home. So perhaps you will be having this new stable connection to others, to yourself, to your environment, or perhaps to your workplace for some reason that came to mind. But yes, speaking love, if you got someone in mind, there's a good chance that you're in their mind too. Alright, I will get back to love too. I'm sorry, I'm just a little bit flabbergasted with this mistake. But anyway, for your finances, we have the 6 again, 6 of Pentacles. Oh, the candle. I have a candle right by my side, and it is reflecting a bunch here, right? Very much sun energy. Alright, so like we are talking about, things will start to go your way. Things will start to work out for you in November. I mean, if they are working out for you in November, it means that they were already working out for you in October, even if it didn't seem like it. If you were suffering, if something really bad happened, I'm sorry, but think about how 1444 on a counter. I've been seeing this number everywhere. If you have been seeing this number, this is the time too. Oh yeah, also Ten of Cups, that's Pisces energy, water, of course. Oh yeah, and here we have the Taurus energy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Okay. Yes. So here we're talking about kindness, charity, sharing, community, helping, aid. Okay, so you might be receiving abundant fat tips at your job, or perhaps getting a new contract, or a new client, or maybe an old client that is really grateful for your service and just wants to extend you their abundance, their kindness. Oh my gosh, I just look up at the sky and I wish I could show you guys. There's the moon looking right at me. I'm recording in front of my window, and I just saw the most beautiful, it wasn't really a triangle, but the most beautiful line of birds just flying all together, like almost in a line, you know. So yeah, this really adds to the sentiment of flow, right? Like the flow of a flame, the flow of a river, the flow of air, right? And the flow of earth, in a sense here, the flow of money to your pockets, to your wallets. That's very good. And if you were experiencing lack and scarcity in your love life, in your career, in your finances, you know, this might be the chance for you to clean, I don't know, I was going to say pay your debts, but my mind went to clean your, I don't know where I was going with that. It's like clean your record, I guess. Anyway, it's getting dark because it's nighttime. I'm just going to put this candle closer to me, which adds to the sun vibe. Oh, this is much better. I'm sorry if it was dark. But anyway, continuing. Yes, what else do I have to say about these cards? I know you guys want to know about your finances and your love life. Just know that everything will be working out. Okay, trust that everything will be working out for you. That luck is on your side. Like these two cards are very much like jackpot. Luck is on your side. Okay, so the right people, they will find you. In love, in finance, whether you work for yourself, you work for someone, you work with someone, all right, things might be taking a nice turn in November, even for work relationships or friendships, all right, like finding community, like we saw here in the Nine of Wands. So if you're manifesting community, if you're manifesting company presence, you are getting it this month, okay? You know, you guys in the northern hemisphere are experiencing fall at the moment, autumn, and you know, there's the sense of coziness, of chilly air, of getting a little more introspective and all of that, but that doesn't have to be the case. You don't have to be a hermit, okay? You can do it like the folks in the southern hemisphere, which are, sorry, I'm just gonna sip a little water, which are experiencing spring, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, things are warming up. Either by a candle or a fireplace or the sun. But yeah, you are the sun. This is kind of like your archetype today. Anyway, sorry, my mouth's kind of not working for that one. All right. So after all of these were the main events, the main energy of the month of November. I have more. Okay. So this is the card I pulled for your self-concept in the month of November. Okay, so the way you relate and you think about yourself, or your attitude towards things in general. And I've pulled here the Nine of Cups, right? So once again, we're seeing a lot of fire and water in this spread so far. So it's kind of like a Lorraine cross. It's like a type of spread. I just kind of got the cross spread, the Celtic cross spread, and sort of made it my own. But anyway, hope you enjoy it. Hope you're enjoying it. But here it is, your self-concept for the month of November, right? That will be the Nine of Cups. So once again, the sense of completion, the sense of, like a sequence or like a countdown. Ooh, okay, yeah, a countdown. Countdown for your blessings, alright? And here we have, of course, once again, water signs. So 2121 on the clock, if that's relatable to you. Take it if you resonate. So we have here the 9. I already said it. I'm just trying to get back to this card. Basically, your self-concept this month will be stellar, fantastic, terrific. Alright, you have all the tools in your hand to love yourself right now. You don't need to change. You don't need to do better. Okay, you are enough as you are right now. And perhaps with all of these events coming, you might be, perceiving yourself more kindly, which is a shame because we should not only see ourselves with love when we have good things happening in our lives. Life isn't a contest of, who's more deserving gets more. And if you don't deserve it, you don't get it. No, it's not how it works. Alright, so you will be loving yourself a little more, or just enjoying your life, your alone time, as much as your time with others, and cherishing your solitude, not feeling so lonesome, but solitude. And this card for me gives me a big sense of accomplishment, of which relates to all of this that we talked about, but it gives a good sense of, confidence too, but celebration, alright? So, like I said, take time for yourself, rest, celebrate your victories. Even if you don't know where they come from, even if you don't think you deserve them, you do, alright? Ooh, yes, okay. And since we are going a little bit deeper, alright, with this energy of the sun, okay, this is a very nice shot of the card. I hope the video is capturing, but anyway, you might be feeling a lot of eyes on you, a lot of attention, which maybe you used to avoid in the past. So you might get a little bit wary, like a bit anxious. Everybody worries, your worries, that they aren't your enemy. It's just your brain trying to take care of you, because of past events. They're like, oh, if I can predict every single thing that can go wrong, then I will be safe. Then I won't be hurt when they happen. Here's the truth. Most of these things might not happen, and you're just hurting yourself if you don't catch that train of thought when it arises, and just say, okay, brain, I hear you, but look at what's going on, or I don't want to think this way, I don't want to manifest bad things, which is also not something you should be worrying about, but anyway. So yeah, you might have some challenges in the self-worth, I'm getting imposter syndrome, or just feeling a little bit exposed, a little bit vulnerable. But that's okay, all right? Our bodies need to learn that it's okay to be seen, it's okay to be heard, and it's good, okay? Because people, I'm kind of going off topic, but a lot of people have the idea that others are mean and judgmental and all of that. And of course, there are judgmental people, there are mean people in this world, but if you look at someone and instead of fixating on their flaws, you look at how creative and wonderful and different and unique they are, you know, why would people not give you the same grace? So if you're a good person, okay, if you're a good person and you give others some grace, which I believe you do. If you found this video, you're giving me your grace, and I'm so thankful for it, for your company. And yeah, you can give yourself some grace too. Oh my gosh, why is my candle going darker? Okay, I need to move on. I'm just like waving my hand as if this is... I'm sorry, I keep hitting the mic. Anyway, I'll keep going. But yeah, this is your self-concept for the month of November. Don't believe it, just wait. It'll come. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments. But anyway. And now, I didn't even introduce this on, but right now we have the King of Cups. Okay, so once again, the water element, Scorpio season. Oh my gosh, I forgot that it's Scorpio season, so of course, this very Scorpionic energy coming on to you. Oh yeah, we have a 9 here, right? Double 9. Anyway, just realized that. Some dogs barking outside. Excuse the technical difficulties in this video, but anyway. I pulled this card thinking of a person or connection in your environment or about to enter your environment that will be relevant to you. And we got the King of Cups. Alright, sounds are distracting me, but you will not be distracted when the King of Cups arrive. Alright, it might catch you off guard, but this is a good sign. This is a sign of a mature, loyal, compassionate partner arriving, or just okay, yeah, maybe they're already in your environment, but maybe they will be speaking up, just like the lovely dogs of my neighbors speaking up right now and barking. And ooh, yes, this is like the literal evolution of the Knight of Cups. Alright, this person, they may be older, they are experienced, they are stable, emotionally stable, mature, not necessarily older, but just they won't be playing games, and they are loyal to you, and you will be safe. You will start to feel safe in your love life, with yourself, with others, in your career, if you weren't feeling safe before, and you deserve it, okay? Let me tell you. And yeah, this is sexy energy. Alright. Scorpio energy, King of Cups, or okay, this might just be your relationship with yourself, but I'm a sucker for love readings, and yes, I see a person in your life. Oh my gosh, I want to scream and kick my feet. Girly moment, sorry. But anyway, let's go to the next part. Second to last card. And time flies, doesn't it? Don't we feel nostalgic about the sun? Right? I I did give you a spoiler of this card before, but this is your, I believe I had thought about your faith. Okay? But, I don't know how to explain it right now, but this is your attitude towards the outer environment, alright? This is your attitude towards yourself, which also influences the outer environment, but this is how you feel. This is optimism, this is innocence, you know, this is going back to simpler times when we were young and we thought the internet was a completely safe place. I'm projecting a little bit, but anyway. Tell me what you did when you were a kid online. If you weren't online as a kid, also tell me what you did, because it's important. But anyway. Showing my age a little, but anyway. Let's continue. Okay, so you will be feeling more optimistic. Perhaps you will be revisiting patterns and beliefs and wounds, or even people in connections that used to trigger you, and they won't anymore. Okay, I think this connects a lot to your self-concept. Okay, because perhaps you can look now at the older version of yourself, at yourself from a week ago, or a month ago, or 5 years ago, and look at them with more kindness. Okay? So, yes, this is your faith in humanity being kind of restored. It's just beautiful. Tell me if you see anything in this card, if you have an interpretation of it that aligns with everything we spoke about that I'm not seeing yet. And ooh, yes, okay. At last, we have what is approaching you. And I just suddenly flipped it over once again. And of course, what's approaching you is the moon reversed. Look how beautiful this is. My Kindle is playing games with me here. Okay, lovely. So yeah, if this is your archetype, this is the theme, the motive of your November arc, I'm calling it the 11th arc, right? As if each month in the year is an arc you're going through. Anyway, and here we have the moon reversed. Okay, so this could be events that are approaching you, or just your next energy in December, for example, in general. So we have the moon reversed, and this is like the sun all over again. This is like starting all over, but basically the moon reversed. Oh, let's look at this image here. Anyway, very beautiful. Not focusing, also dogs here. If you have a pet, it's confirmation. Okay, yeah, I forgot to say that this is another 9. No, this is another 6. Yeah, so we have 666 here, and we have 9 cards, and we have 2 9s on the cards. But anyway, and we have the moon, which is number 17. The King of Cups would be number 14 if you're counting. Anyway, is it 17? No, it's 18. Sorry, guys. It's 18. Alright. Yeah, 17 is the star. But you know, the sun is a star. You're shining this month, baby. This makes sense. Right, so, the moon reversed. So yeah, we're just basically circling back to this energy of revelation. What was hidden, what was occult, is no more. Okay, so this could be a foreshadowing of, I don't know, is that a pun? No, that's not what pun means, but it is kind of cheeky of me to say it's foreshadow. I'll talk about moon, sun, and I have a candle here. But anyway, yes, okay. So here we see that you are ready, that you are at a moment in your life where you're ready to let yourself be seen. You are ready to shine in your skills, in you are ready to speak up for yourself and to feel joyous, to enjoy life, to act like a kid again, like a kid in a field of flowers, like the world's your oyster. And right here with the moon, the moon also gives Pisces, quite literal association there, and water, feelings, but the moon reversed, if we're talking archetypes again, or mythology, we could think about Apollo. I mentioned Apollo. Yes, this could be Artemis, sorry, I don't remember how to pronounce it. And of course, this figure here could be Poseidon. Anyway, I should make a separate reading just for love. If you want that, you could comment. But anyway, the moon here is kind of giving the opposite of what we've just spoken about, obviously, but it's reversed. So perhaps now that you've learned to make things happen, that you have achieved some of your goals, not that you learned how to make things happen, but because it makes it sound like it all solely depends on you. I kind of believe that, but also some things depend on other people. Let's be a little fair with ourselves. But here we might be getting a little hermit again, a little, I don't know, this is giving me the Fool and Hermit, which are very opposite energies in my mind, at least, have this association. Like the Fool being extroverted and entertaining others, and the Hermit being more introverted, more individualistic, you could say. So yeah, this is a good energy for you to have after processing whichever wounds you needed to process, after going through and achieving whatever you needed to achieve. You get to protect yourself, like Artemis or Artemis. Oh my god, I cannot remember which pronunciation is the correct one, but she's also the goddess of hunting, independence, protection. She's very protective. So is your future lover, I have a sense, but anyway. So I think amidst all this little chaotic energy, whimsical, joyous, but chaotic energy, like I'm giving in this reading, you might find a new center. You might find a new balance, okay? A new balance in your emotions, in your finances, in your unconscious, subconscious, conscious, in your psyche, in your soul, in your world, in your reality. Okay, so if you have been doing a lot of shadow work, what shadow work? If you have been journaling, if you go to therapy, if you have went to therapy, if you are speaking up about things that weren't nice that happened to you, if you are questioning yourself, if you are examining your feelings in a healthy way, like, why am I feeling this way? Why am I angry? Why does this bother me so much? You're working on yourself, and you are uncovering the layers of your depth, and that's paying off, and that is precious for you to protect later on. Okay. For example, in love, here I see you getting a really stable connection, but I don't see it moving. I was going to say too quickly, but that sounds like, oh, it's going to move slowly. Sort of, but maybe it would just be a little more, not not hushed, not hurried, okay? You don't need to hurry. You're not in a hurry. You're exactly where you should be. And yeah, this is the end of not knowing. This is the end of confusion. If you were confused about certain things, I mean, it's okay to be confused, to be not certain of what you want to do for your career. If you're young, I mean, you are always young if you're not gonna die, like the next day. Because you have time. You can just change your mind and do something else. But yeah, I think I spoke all that I needed to speak. Oh my gosh, I forgot. There's a Scorpio here. Anyway, I don't know. It seems significant, doesn't it? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot. I think I had a couple more things that I wanted to say, but at the same time, I think I delivered the message. I think I said enough. Okay, so you can take this, whatever makes sense to you, whatever connects to you. What doesn't, you can just leave here. And of course, you're the one who makes your own path and makes your own fate. Okay? And that's a good thing. I only have good things to say about your fate in November. So thank you so much for sticking up with me, and hopefully, I mean, of course, there will be another one for December of 2024, 5. So this is the second time that I say 2024 today instead of 2025. But alright. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. Sorry for the light, and from the bottom of my heart, my cute heart necklace, I say goodbye. I was going to try to speak French here, but I don't speak French. I'm just gonna leave you with this, okay? You deserve good things, and this might just be your month, okay? Trust it. Trust it. I'm trustworthy. Okay, I'm acting out a little bit. I'm being a little bit silly. But yeah, that is it. Thank you so much. And I'll see you next month. Or in a few days when I upload. I'm not just gonna upload next month. Bye!